I've had people ask me, how do you reprogram your mind and create a life that you really want? Well, it's quite simple. So let's delve in. Most of us walk around thinking our past defines us. We replay the stories of what went wrong and how we were hurt and what we never got in life. And because these stories are familiar to us, we keep living them day after day as if they're still true today. But here's the thing, your past only has as much power as you continue to give it. The future you wasn't built from yesterday's pain. It was built from what you choose to focus on right now, today. So let's delve into the sciencey bit, and I'll make it simple for you. I know science can feel overwhelming, but let's break it down into plain English. Your brain and body are constantly learning. Doesn't matter how old you are, we're still learning. We're not fixed. And that means that you can teach your body and your brain new ways of being, just like you can teach a child a new skill. So we all have neuroplasticity, and this is a fancy word for your brain's ability to rewire itself. So think of your brain as like a garden, and every thought is a seed that you plant. So if you keep watering the same seeds that you planted, the same old worries, the fears and the beliefs, they grow into thick, tangled weeds. But the moment you start planting new seeds, flowers, which are positive thoughts, empowering beliefs, and hopeful emotions, you create a fresh growth. And this time, with attention, the weeds will die back and the new plants will take over and flourish your brain. And that's how the brain rewires itself. So your body's emotional memory, your body remembers everything that you've been through, even when your mind has moved on. So every emotion you feel releases a chemical into your body. So stress, for instance, floods you with adrenaline and cortisol. Joy and gratitude release feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. So if you spend years stuck in stress, anger, and fear, your body gets used to those chemicals. It becomes your normal way of being. So even when nothing bad is happening at the moment, your body might go searching for a reason to feel stressed, simply because that's the state it's most familiar with. This is why it can feel hard to change. You're not just shifting your thoughts, you're retraining your body to live in a new emotional state. But once you become aware of it, you can start choosing different emotions that actually serve you. So ones that feel lighter, freer, and closer to the life that you want to live. Now, our emotions create really strong memories. So think about the moments that you remember most clearly. It's probably a painful breakup, the birth of a child, a big win, or a deep loss, something like that. What makes these memories so sharp isn't just what happened, it's the emotion that you felt at the time. So strong emotions act like glue. They stick the memory into your brain and body, so you can recall every detail years later. That's why you can feel old hurts as if they happened yesterday. The emotions, they're the things that keep it alive in your mind. Now, the good news is that you can also create new memories with positive emotions. When you practice gratitude, joy, or love, these emotions glue the new experiences into your system too. And over time, they can outweigh the old ones. Now, your subconscious really doesn't know time. It has no concept of time. Because here's the fascinating part. Your subconscious doesn't care whether something's happening right now or you're just imagining it. So if you vividly picture a future event and feel the emotions as if it's real, your brain and body treat it as though it's already happening. That's why athletes rehearse their performances in their mind. Their bodies respond as if they're already on the track or in the game. They see themselves kicking the goal and they feel it in their body. And you can do the same thing in your own life by remembering your future and feeling it now. You teach your whole system to believe in that new reality long time before it even shows up. So, no, this isn't about wishful thinking or forcing yourself to smile. It's about giving your body and your brain new instructions over and over again until the new way becomes your default setting and becomes your normal. So why do your emotions keep you stuck? Well, have you ever noticed how one small memory can throw you right back into the past? You're sitting at work or driving in the car and suddenly you're replaying the old argument. You're replaying a betrayal or one of those moments you wish you could erase from your brain. Within seconds, your body is reacting. You've got tight chest, your heart's racing, or maybe even a lump in your throat. And that's because your body doesn't know the difference between what's happening then and what you're remembering now. To your nervous system, the event is alive again, and you're in that situation. And it's just as if it's happening in this present moment. The problem is when you keep rehearsing the same emotion, so anger, guilt, shame, fear, they start to feel familiar, almost comfortable. It's your norm. And what's familiar often feels safe, even if it's painful and even if it's not safe. That's how emotional patterns form. They become like grooves in the brain that your thoughts and your feelings keep falling back into. Over time, you don't just remember the past, you actually live it again and again. You walk around carrying these old emotional states and they quietly shape your choices. They shape your relationships and even your health. The truth is, emotions are powerful teachers. They show us what we need to heal, but if we don't recognize them for what they are, they can also keep us trapped, cycling through the same stories, attracting the same types of people, and reliving the same hurts over and over again. Now, here's the empowering part. Once you become aware of the patterns that you can interrupt it, you don't have to let your past emotions keep writing the same scripts today as they did yesterday. So becoming conscious of your unconscious thoughts, that is the key. And here's the tricky part. Most of this happens on autopilot. We don't even realize the thoughts are running through our minds because they're so ingrained. They're unconscious, meaning we're not choosing them. They're just playing in the background like an old soundtrack. You know, you go to the pictures, the movies, the cinemas, the supermarket, and you hear music and you don't even hear it. That's what happens in our brain. Now, if you want to change your life, you need to bring these unconscious thoughts into the light, into the awareness. And that means paying lots of attention and catching yourself in the moment. Noticing, what story am I letting myself into right now? Is this true? No, it's usually not. It's just an old pattern talking to you. The moment you become conscious of these hidden thoughts, you take back your power. Because once you see them, you can't unsee them. And you get to choose something different. So how do you break the cycle of the past? Well, by teaching your body that it feels like to live in the future that you want before it even arrives. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect or forcing toxic positivity. It's about choosing to spend more time feeling joy, gratitude, freedom, love, the emotions that belong to the life that you are trying to create. When you start to feel these emotions, your brain and your body begin to rewire. They don't know the difference between a vividly imagined future and your present reality. That's how you train yourself to believe in new possibilities. So, what steps do you need to take to break this cycle? Well, awareness is the first step. But it's not the only one. You need tools to interrupt the old patterns, to give your body a new experience. And here are some ways to start. So if you hear something coming, you just pause and breathe. And when you notice yourself spiraling into the thoughts, stop and take 3 slow, deep breaths. This interrupts the stress response and brings you back to the present. Ground yourself physically. So shake out your hands, stretch, or put your feet flat on the ground and ground yourself. Moving your body helps shift the emotional energy. So move, shake it out. Another good thing is to journal your thoughts. Write down the story that's popped up. Seeing it on paper makes it easier to challenge and reframe. Or ask better questions. Instead of, why does this always happen to me? Try, what can I do differently right now? A new question opens the door for your brain to think in a different way. And also feel the opposite emotion. If fear shows up, practice gratitude. If anger takes over, try compassion. Train your body to feel something new. And remember, breaking old emotional patterns isn't about never feeling pain again, because you will. It's about recognizing when you're slipping into the past and choose not to stay there. And now a new belief doesn't happen overnight. And here's the truth. You can't just click your fingers and suddenly believe in a whole new life. Belief grows through practice. And every time you visualize your future, you're strengthening it. And every time you replace a negative thought with a kinder one, you're building it. And every time you feel gratitude instead of fear, you're reinforcing the gratitude. And every time you pause and breathe instead of reacting, you're rewiring your brain to act differently. And every time you choose to act like your future self, you are becoming that person. So day by day, those little choices add up, and eventually the new belief becomes stronger than the old story and pattern that you've been running. So once you've broken the cycle of reacting to the past, you get to create a space for something new. And this is where transformation begins. Instead of replaying old hurts, you start rehearsing the future you want to live. Think of it like trying on new shoes. And at first, they're stiff, they're uncomfortable, and they're very unfamiliar. But the more you wear it, the more you wear them in, and the more natural they become on your feet and so much more comfortable. The same goes for your future self. The more you practice wearing the feelings of your future in, the more your brain and body begin to believe that this is your new reality. So here's how you start today. Step one, get still. So find a quiet moment, maybe in the morning before you get out of bed, or maybe as you're going to bed at night, where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few big, deep breaths and let your body soften and relax. This helps move out the stress of the day and then helps you place your imagination where you want it to go so you can open up. Step 2, see your future self. Picture the version of you who has already stepped into the life that you want. Maybe she feels confident, joyful. Maybe she feels free or deeply loved. Imagine what she looks like and how she carries herself and how she's feeling. What's different about her energy? Notice it all. Step 3, feel what she feels. This is the most important step. So don't just see your future self. I want you to feel the emotions that are in her body. If she feels confident, feel the confidence in your own body as you sit there. If she feels joy, let yourself smile and feel the happiness. If she feels free, take a big deep breath in and notice how light fills your body. And if she feels deeply loved, well, feel the love in your own body. Feel it flowing all the way through in your heart and sit with this feeling. The more real the emotion becomes in your body, the more powerful the practice is. Step 4, I want you to anchor it in. So stay in these feelings for a few minutes. Let it fill your whole body and imagine it spread through your chest, your arms, your face, and into your heart. Whatever you do, don't skip this step. You are teaching your body what it feels like to live in the future right now. And step 5, carry it into your day. So when you open your eyes and go back to your day, or you're going to sleep because you'll dream about it, hold on to it even just a small piece. Just a small piece that you're feeling, and let it guide how you speak, how you stand, and how you make decisions. Every time you return to that emotion, you strengthen the new pattern of the life that you want to create. And step 6, repeat, repeat, repeat. Belief is built through practice, and the more often you do this, the easier it becomes to shift out of the past and into the future. And over time, it stops being an exercise and simply becomes who you are. And remember, you're not waiting for your future life to arrive before you feel these emotions. You're choosing to feel them now. And by doing so, you're drawing that future closer. So let's do an exercise now and practice. And practice feeling the future now. This practice helps you stop reliving the past and starts living into the future you want. Do it daily. Come back to this. Do it daily. It only takes a few minutes. And over time, it rewires your brain and your body to believe in your new reality. So sitting where you are, just relaxing back into the chair, just close your eyes, take in some big, deep breaths down into the bottom of your belly, breathing out through your nose and just relaxing. And I want you to say each sentence I say, just either out loud or say it in your mind and just repeat it after me. I am safe. I am present. I choose to step out of the past and into the life I am creating. I see myself in the future, strong, confident, free. I feel my energy moving through me now. I choose to feel joy. I choose to feel gratitude. I allow these emotions to fill my body, my breath, my mind. I am rehearsing my future. not reliving my past. Each time I do this, I become me, the woman I am meant to be. I am safe. I am present. I choose to step out of the past and into the life I create. I see myself in my future, strong, confident, free. I feel my energy moving through me now. I choose to feel joy. I choose to feel gratitude. I allow these emotions to fill my body, my breath, my mind. I am rehearsing my future, not reliving my past. Each time I do this, I become me, the woman I am meant to be. Sit with that feeling for a few breaths and let your body absorb them before you open your eyes and carry them into your day. And here's a quick reminder that this isn't about faking it or forcing yourself to be positive at all times. It's about practicing a new emotional state often enough that it becomes familiar, more familiar than the old pattern that you want to leave behind. And every time you feel your future now, you're teaching your body that it's safe to move forward. And the more you practice, the faster your outer world begins to reflect the inner changes that you've made. And I want to remind you that abundance is more than money. We so often link abundance with finances, and yes, money matters, but true abundance, it's really much broader. It is emotional freedom. It's health. It's the ability to give, to love, to feel safe in your own body, your own skin. And if you're constantly in survival mode, worrying, fearing, bracing for the worst, there's no space for abundance to flow. So shifting into a state of gratitude and possibility is what opens the door to abundance and change. So, how do you get started? You don't need hours of meditation or complicated rituals. Just start small. Visualize daily. Close your eyes, picture yourself in the future, and feel the emotions now. Catch old patterns. Notice when you slip into past emotions. Pause and create a new thought. And practice gratitude. Write down 3 things every day to shift your energy instantly. And stay consistent. Small repeated steps are what builds new wiring in the brain. And I want you to remember that you are not your past. You are the creator of your future. And the more you practice feeling the emotions of the life you want, the faster you'll move towards it. Because once you see the patterns, you can break it. And once you break it, then you're free.